The next item is a request to participate in the Gallup Student Poll Survey for grades 5 through 12, and when Principal Hay can find his way back.
Get a break.
No breaks.
Just have you stay up here.
So the Gallup Student Poll. There's lots of research, and then there's what we know in our hearts to be true as well, that I think is supported by research. And I'll just start with the hard piece, and then we can go into this tiptoe and try to answer any questions that you have. But one of the things that we know is that kids are successful if they're cared about. Kids are successful if they feel safe. Kids are successful if they feel a sense of hope about the future. We know that from all of the research that's done about their involvement in activities in athletics. We know that about the research that's done about their connection with adults in their lives, all of the character ed research that's out there. So what we were looking for as an administrative team was a way that we can not only engage students in helping us understand where they're at, but use that in a meaningful way to improve our schools, to say, here's where we're at, here's what we're doing really well at, and here's where we've got some opportunities for growth. The Gallup Student Poll is, as the name suggests, a major effort in America, fully funded by the Gallup organization and all of their research powerhouse, that boils it down to three things. And that's hope for the future, engagement with learning in school, and their overall well-being. You've got the full packet attached to your thing. There's a couple of things that stood out for me in the first two pages. So on page number 1, the first paragraph, the conversation about the future of American youth starts with a shared understanding of what is right with our students rather than what is wrong. By discovering what is right, we give students the opportunity to figure out what they do best. Again, increasing their hope for the future, build their engagement with learning in school, and boost their overall well-being. And then, on page 4, second to the last paragraph, talks a little bit about the science behind this. So through a review of social science and educational research, Gallup researchers chose 3 variables, hope, engagement, well-being, as the target of the Gallup Student Poll because they met the following 4 criteria. 1, they can be reliably measured. Again, that's Gallup. They know how to do this. 2, they have a meaningful relationship with or impact on educational outcomes. Again, we know that. Not just, we could pull our statistics out of the system, the kids who have more discipline referrals or the kids whose grades are in the tank, the kids whose parents show up consistently at things like parent conferences, or the kids whose grades they're sad if they're an A- and not an A+. So we have strong correlations from our day-to-day life that back this up. 3, they are malleable and can be enhanced through deliberate action. That gets at the leadership team wanting something that we can take and use to improve our school culture and climate. And then 4, they're not measured by some other survey or test. We don't have anything else that gets at these things. It's a quick, simple survey. It takes about 8 minutes per student to complete. It'll be done of all students in the 5th grade through the 12th grade. The window for this one opens tomorrow, which is why we are here to talk to you today to get your approval. But we'd like to move forward with this to be a part of the national look and to be able to really to utilize it here in Toma so that we can engage with our students in this dialogue about what it takes to be successful not only now but in the future. And you have a long 40-some-odd page packet that you can look at too.
And the survey is actually on page 27, so if you go to that, you can see what the students will be asked.
Is the survey done at the same time for all the students?
It's done during a 3-week window. So it's turned on tomorrow through November 2nd is when it would close. And during that time frame nationally, it's during this entire month and a half or so nationally that the survey's done. But each school that participates gets to select a 3-week window. This is the last 3-week window that's available for this cycle. Last year we started talking about this, but when we started talking about it, we were too late to meet a window for last year. So we had backburnered it, and it came up on our radar screens, and we're literally coming to you. We're prepared. Our schools are ready. Everybody's registered. it's just a matter of getting the go-ahead from you to make this live tomorrow.
And you said Gallup, it totally funds this
Yeah,
program?
it's completely free, and the reporting, and you have examples in here of the reports that come back to the school that have identified areas for growth and suggested action items that a school can take to look to make gains for an individual student and for a school overall. The data that goes out is not identifiable. There is no name attached to it. There's no way that Gallup or us or anyone else would be able to identify which student. And I think that provides for a better validity in the responses that we'll get to.
So the student, when they go on, there's no identifying information that they...
None whatsoever.
There's a letter kind of on page 33. Are we sending something like that home to parents?
Yep. At the high school, it went out already with the mid-quarter reports a couple weeks ago. The other schools are distributing it with varied things, but it will have gone home to parents prior to a student participating in the survey. And that does indicate that if a parent has a question or a concern or simply doesn't want their child to participate, that they just need to contact the school office.
And it's not a mandatory, they can choose not to.
We'd like everybody to. The more students that participate, the better picture we will have of the school, but certainly not mandatory.
I'll make a motion. Oh,
I was just going to say, if you decided you know, just because we sent out those letters, that we needed to do that so we were prepared if you gave us permission.
Yeah.
If you felt we should wait a year, we certainly can do that. Having sent the letters is not that critical of an issue, but we just wanted to be prepared.
I think there's a lot to gain from it.
Yeah.
So I'll make a motion to approve the request to participate in the Gallup Student Poll Survey for grades 5 through 12.
I was going to say, I think it blends well with the character education at the middle school, all of those programs, to see if we're doing the good things we want. And also with our strategic plan, to be engaging kids and helping them graduate, this hopefully information will help us do a better job of that.
For the significantly low investment, zero cost and low investment of time, and then to get something that I think can be very valuable to us as a metric and moving forward, I think it's a worthwhile endeavor.
Absolutely. Then we have a motion then to approve the request to participate in the Gallup poll. Is there a second? Okay, I'm sorry. We have a motion and a second. Any other questions or comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Say no. So the motion carries, and the request to participate in the Gallup poll for grades 5th through 12th is approved. Thank you, Mr. Hay.
Thank you.